Hello, and thank you for your interest in Shop Data Systems QuickDuct CAM software package. Shop Data is an employee-owned company that's been in business since 1975. We were founded by a sheet metal industry consultant who applied his fabrication knowledge to our first software package, and the tradition continues today. Our QuickDuct CAM software package is the Cadillac of HVAC software. It is regarded as the best HVAC fabrication package in the industry. Today, we're going to show you how to import DXF files, how easy to use our draw module is, and how simple it is to enter, nest, and modify HVAC fittings. Then we will take a look at our labels and reports. And finally, you will see our Shop Standards module, which includes your materials, connectors, and seams, as well as other user modifiable options. So, let's get started. First of all, let me show you our Batch Auto Tool module for importing DXF files from such programs as AutoCAD. Click Add Files, and then you can either bring in one file at a time or an entire directory just by holding down your cursor and dragging. Then you go to Edit Layers to ensure that your layers are mapped from your DXF file to your SDS program. Click Save, click Import, and now your files are ready to be used by Shop Data Systems. Now you can either nest them or modify them using our draw program. In order to modify, say, the lead ins or lead outs, you double click out here, which brings up our mini draw program. Click on the Move Lead Ins and Lead Outs icon, which brings up our Leads Technology toolbar. And then, as you can see, the ghost image of the lead ins and lead outs. Follow your cursor around your part. When you've satisfied that's where you want to put your lead in and lead out, you just click there, close this, click Save, and now you can either nest this part or post-process it and send it right out to the machine to be cut. Our draw program is simple yet powerful. It has icons for drawing lines, arcs, circles, and even rectangles. These here are your snap commands, and these here would be all of your editing commands. So today, just for the sake of brevity, we're just going to draw a simple rectangular part. So if you right-click on Draw Rectangle, it brings up your options. As you can see, you can draw rectangle slots or polygons with this command. And we're just going to draw a rectangle by 2 corners. Click OK. Now, of course, you can either type in the dimensions, or I'm just going to drag my cursor and make a random size rectangle. Now we're going to add some holes. Once again, right-click there, brings up your options for circles, donuts, or ellipses. We're going to put in multiple circles here, all the same size. Just type in a 1 inch there. Now, once again, you could just either type in your dimensions or just, as I'm going to do, put in some random holes. Now I'm going to edit this part using our Fillet Radius command. Right click on there, brings up the option box. We're going to put in a fillet by arc with a 1/2 inch radius. Click OK, activate the command. Click on these 2 corners. And now if you right click again, we're going to switch that over to a chamfer, a 1 by 1 inch chamfer. Click OK. Click on these corners. And now you've got a finished part, just that quickly. And all you have to do is add a tool path. Now the part is either ready to post-process and send out to the machine to be cut, or you can add it to a job later and nest it. And that will bring us to our Order Job Processing module, which we'll take a look at next. The heart of our software is the Order Job Processing module. That's where you go to add your fittings and create your jobs. So we'll go through here and show you, now with the Fittings tab highlighted, how to add fittings. Just click on the red plus sign, which brings up our fitting selection. We have over 300 fittings in this library, all the way from residential to your round and oval, to your rectangular fittings. So let's just start with a basic radius elbow. That brings up your 3D dynamic view box, which, as you can see, shows you how what the finished fitting will look like. So let's go ahead and change this fitting just so you can see how it works. We just tab through these inputs, And let's say you make a mistake and put 2 instead of 12, it immediately shows up here, and it allows you to correct the fitting before it goes out to the shop to be cut. Then you would tab through the rest of your defaults here for your straights, put in your radius, elevation if you needed that, and the degree of your fitting. Which brings us to our general tab, which is where you see your pressure class defaulted to medium old SNACNA based upon your shop standards. We'll put in a quantity here of 6. You can also look at your seams here, which once again defaulted based upon your pressure class. And then you can also turn on liner if you like. We'll go ahead and save that, and then we can go to 2D view and view the layout and modify them here if you need to in our draw package. Just like before, we're just going to add a rectangle here. Draw a rectangle for an access hole, and say you may have needed a couple of holes there. We'll put in a couple of holes. Then we just add the toolpath, save it, and go back to our job manager. Let's add another fitting here. Once again, I'll scroll through these fittings so you can take a look at the variety of fittings we have available. What I want to show you is how flexible they are and how we can use one fitting to make several different fittings. Let's start with this oval duct here. As you can see, it comes up as a round fitting now based upon the dimensions that were entered. We'll go ahead and change that to 24, and then you've got an oval fitting here. Let's show you one more. Click the plus sign. Let's go to 219. And as you can see, you have a barrel fitting with a takeoff. Now we're going to change this a little bit just to show you how flexible it really is. We'll change that to 8 inches. Change this to 8 inches. And now what you have is a barrel fitting with a reducer. We'll change the reducer length to 0. And now you have a tapered fitting with a takeoff. Just that quickly. So we'll go ahead and save that. And now with these two fittings we have entered, we're going to nest. Brings up our nesting options box. Click nest. Go to sheets. And there is our nested sheet ready to post-process and send out to the machine. Now that we have an order in here, we can go ahead and take a look at our reports. As you can see, we have many different reports here. And they also are modifiable, but we'll just concentrate on the two most used ones. We'll look at the nest summary here. And it brings it up. A picture of the nested sheet, a list of all the parts that are on it by number so you can tell what's being cut. The second page here will also give us a number of pierces, path length, speed, time, and your material in weight. The other frequently used report would be just our labels. And these are peel-off labels, printable on any printer, just using Avery standard labels. And there will be one label for each piece, labeled with a picture of the part, so that you can keep track of the pieces as they are cut. These are also modifiable. Now I'd like to show you our parts tab and how you would enter parts. Just the same way, you click the plus sign, go to your directory, we can click browse here, and these are the DXF parts we imported earlier. Once you bring it in, all you need to do is set your quantity, set your material, save it, and now you're ready to nest. Next would be our macros tab. Macros are parametric shapes that we have custom created for customers over the years that we add to our program whenever it's available. And they contain things such as bolt hole flanges, blower covers, machine guards, fan guards, and roof curbs. And just like our fittings, you would go through and toggle and put in your dimensions. Save it. Fill in the rest of your dimensions, save it, and send it out to nest it and send it out to your machine to be cut. And that is in a nutshell our job manager section of our software. And now I would like to just briefly show you our shop standards. Our shop standards module is where you would set your defaults for your materials, your pressure classes, your seams, and your liner and your connectors. We have a full database of materials already in QuickDuct HVAC, but you can also change these and add them as you see fit. You can also alter your piece border and your sheet border here. Put in your stock width and stock length, as well as your cost per unit, weight, and the weight. And your seams, of course, we have the smackness seams already entered. And you can use those as they are or modify them or add your own as well. We have bracing, liner, reinforcing, connectors. Once again, all the connectors are already entered and they can be modified by the user. Vanes, your pressure classes, all of the SMACNA pressure classes are already entered. And you can either use those or change them however you see fit. Tie rods, your HVAC options, slip and drive, your dampers, and your round options, which sets things such as your seam marks, your lineup marks, your hole stitch lengths, and distance between bin marks. And that sums up the shop standards section of our software. Thank you for your interest in Shop Data Systems Incorporated software. We are an employee-owned company. Digital to analog, we've got you covered. Check out our drafting templates at shopdata.com. Just click on the Store tab. And please give us a call at 972-494-2719 or shoot us an email at sales@shopdata.com if you have any more questions or if you would like to see a more in-depth demonstration of our software with one of our product managers. Once again, thank you for your time.